Today we're talking about something that has come up a lot lately. So in today's video, we are going over removing late payments. And we're talking about the wrong way to do it and the right way to do it. So there's a couple of components we really need to go over: the problem, the perception, and of course the solution, because I'm going to tell you how to do it, right? So here's the thing: 35% of your payment history makes up your FICO, right? And only certain late payments can be removed. You see, consumers think that any late payment can be removed, and that is just not so. And of course, there's companies out there that market the correction of late as easy, which they aren't. There's really nothing that's easy right now. And then consumers think that charge-offs can be fixed by removing late payments, which they can't. You can't correct a collection or a charge-off, right? Or a foreclosure or any of those things. That's like trying to correct a bankruptcy. All right. So then, of course, as I mentioned, I'm going to give you the solution and the actual possibilities with late payments and whether you should be doing a correction or a removal. All right. So make sure to stay to the end because you want to find out what you should be avoiding and how to fix this. Okay. So first of all, let's go over the problem. Again, like I mentioned, 35% of your FICO is made up of your payment history, right? So that is one of the factors you really need to pay attention to. This is why late payments, even just one, can drop you from an 800 score to a 600 score immediately. And yes, I've actually seen this. This is like real life, okay? And it's virtually impossible to remove more than 7 late payments or more than 90 days late back to back, right? 30, 60, 90. So in other words, you cannot remove 120 days late from your credit report. You'd have to remove the entire account instead, okay? And then now this is when you actually start messing with the numbers, and that's one of the biggest mistakes a consumer can actually make is removing an account instead of correcting it, right? And this happens when someone doesn't know how to dispute or thinks it's just easier to get it off by deleting the account. You can end up changing your scorecards as well as changing your averages, right? And that's a no-no. Here's another one: the Goodwill. So they tell you to use a Goodwill letter, right? And I hear this all the time, okay? But what they aren't telling you is that in this letter, you're admitting to being late. Go pull up any Goodwill letter and it says, I'm sorry that I was late on X date. I lost my job, my house blew up, or, whatever. And that's the whole point. You're admitting to being late. And then you're screwing yourself when you write a dispute letter that either uses I wasn't late or late payment verification request methods because you already legally admitted to being late with the Goodwill letter. All right. And then here is and I found a typo. I will fix this, but the perception, not the perfection. Okay. Anyway, so perception. Consumers think that any late payment can be removed. And again, this is a no-no, all right? Contrary to popular belief, no, you cannot remove any and all late payments from an account. So if the status is collection or charge-off, then no. If the number of late payments is 90 days plus, then no. If the number of late payments is 7 or more total, then no, okay? And then consumers think charge-offs can be fixed by removing late payments. And yes, I hear this all the time. Well, can't you just go and fix the status? Can't you just remove the late payment history? No, dude, I can't. No one can, all right? It is not possible to correct a collection or a charge-off. It's not even possible to correct accounts with 120, 150, 180 day late payments. I guess if you wanted to waste 3+ years trying it, you might succeed, but my max is 12 months. So that's a no-go, okay? And then companies market correction of late as easy. No, they're not easy. Yes, it is easier to get a correction than deletion, but it all depends on the creditor, the number of late payments, how long since late bureau reporting, how many times it or they were or are disputed, what methods were used for the disputes, responses from the bureaus and creditors, etc., etc. Now, you might be thinking, but I have proof, Kristen. I have proof that I was actually on time and that they're reporting it incorrectly. Well, no one cares that you have docs for days that prove you are not late. No one's going to look at them, okay? That's the whole point. When you send in your disputes with your 90 pages of documents, hello, that does not get looked at. The computer is going to read your letter and then turn it into a 2 to 3 digit code for each account and put it through Oscar. That's how it works. Nobody looks at the documentation, okay? And even though it's always a tactic to use the bureaus against each other, they're competitors and they don't care that the other bureau is reporting X in comparison to Y, okay? And yes, you can learn more right here on YouTube. I have almost 500 free tutorials. So if you want to know how to do this the right way and actually get results and remove late payments and collections and foreclosures and bankruptcies and inquiries and personal information, whatever you want to, then right here is where you can learn for free. Now, if you want to get a little bit more into like the coursey course, then you can go check out do-it-yourself credit repair resources at vargasrevolution.vipmembervault.com. All right. Now, this might just be something that you just want to throw your hands up in the air, and instead of waving them like you don't care, you really just don't care and kind of want to give up. Don't give up. I might be able to help you. You can use the link on your screen or in the description of any video, vcita.com/expert credit sweeps, to see if I can do the credit sweep for you. Okay. And we do the call because, first of all, I'm one person. I'm not a huge ass team that spends millions of dollars on freaking advertising and all that kind of crap. No, I do word of mouth and these videos. So it is only me. I need to know if I can actually assist you and that it's ethical for me to help you and that I'm very, very confident in being able to get you results. Okay. So schedule that call and I will see if I can help you. All right, so now to the part that you have been waiting for, the solution. Do this to get results. And I've made it super, super, super easy to understand. If it is less than 90 days, then you're disputing for correction. If it is more than 90 days, dispute it for deletion. Okay? If it's 90 days on a student loan, then you're going to dispute it as inaccurate due to missing an inaccurate late payment history because they don't report 30 or 60 days prior to that, okay? If you do want to find out how to dispute for removal or correction for student loans specifically, check out the Member Vault because I do have a mini course specifically on that. Now, if there's late on a collection, that's a violation. If there's late after the account was closed, like on a charge off, then it's an inaccuracy. It becomes a violation if they don't fix it. If there's lates like 120, 150, 180 days, use the pyramid method for removal of that account. And if you sent to Goodwill, do not use never late or verify as reasons. Instead, first to dispute the accuracy of the reporting, and then second, dispute the completeness of the investigation. And if ever in question, use this formula. If it's one late, then use never late. 2 to 3 lates, then I was not late on X date. If it's 3 or more lates, dispute individual lates, and if it's 7 plus lates, delete the entire account. Now, I do have a lot of resources for you, including the deep dive dispute workshop from about a month ago. You can get instant access to the workshop if you want to learn how to do factual-based disputes, get results, and get them quickly and permanently. Check out the DDW at vargasrevolution.vipmembervault.com. And as I mentioned, you will learn how to get results because the only person holding you back from getting results that you desire is yourself, right? You have at your disposal everything that you need to increase your credit scores and decrease your financial risk, which obviously means increasing your loans and your mortgages and your limits and all that kind of stuff, right? So learn how to fix credit reports for others as well. So I mean, that's always a great opportunity if you'd like to fix, for friends, or if you want to do a business, because you're literally going to learn how to do this the right way, which means permanent deletions and corrections. All right, so that is it for today on removing late payments. If you found value in this video, go ahead and smash that like for me. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that you know when a new video comes out. All right, so that, as I mentioned already, is it for today. Have a great one. Have a great rest of your week. Make sure to take care of yourself, and I will see you on the next video. Make sure to go and check out the subscriber hub because it is totally, totally, totally free. And again, if you want to see if I can do this for you, use the link in the description and I will see if